chunk of alloy, like you're given how much it weighs, and then you're given the composition in weight percent. And this alloy is cooled just below the eutectoid temperature. And you're given the phase diagram. The phase diagram is right here. This is the phase diagram. First question, A, how many kilograms of proeutectoid alloy formed? How many kilograms of eutectoid phase formed? And how many kilograms of the third phase formed? So it's a phase diagram problem. Yeah. I can't tell you that. You'll see it on Thursday. Yes. Yes, that's right. And you know what? I spent 2 semesters studying this phase diagram when I was an undergrad. So, that's why it's fun. Steve was the #1 structural. Any questions about the first problem? So that's 25 points, 3 questions, A, B, C. The second one, you're given molecular weight for the polymer. Calculate the first question is asking to calculate the number average molecular weight. The question number B is asking to calculate the weight average molecular weight. And then the third one is that if you're given a degree of polymerization, you're asked to find the repeat unit molecular weight. This is great. I mean, you're going to go and you're going to find out how the degree of polymerization is related to the repeat unit molecular weight. All this studying that's going to happen is amazing. I love it. But you've done a similar problem, right? Okay. So. How do you feel about this? I mean, me doing it and getting you like this, you like it?
Yes.
I ain't cheating. This is all for real. That's the way I feel. It's very hard for me to control your behavior. I can't. But look at this audience here. Some lectures it's like at least half, and then I take attendance. So you came here for a reason, right? You're eager to learn. And I'm telling you what to learn and how to learn. And I'm not telling you how, but you will. I have no question that all of you that are present here are going to do what you're going to do. And you're allowed to have an equation sheet, right? So I'm not going to... another thing, and I have to tell you this, this is a 2-page exam. So don't feel like you're constrained by the paper or lack of paper. Write on the opposite side, and if you need to add more, then you can. There was another faculty in front of me today at the Xerox machine. His exam was 10 pages, and the first page was the student name and the signature and all that, and he just killed an extra tree by doing that. So, I mean, I could not fit it on one page, and I have to be fair because some of you may feel constrained, so I apologize for that ahead of time. But the exam is literally 2 pieces of paper stapled together. But the opposite side, this side, is empty. I have something else printed here, so don't look at that. Don't get scared by that. Okay, also worth 25 points. Then question number 3 is about composites. a large particle composite consisting of particles and the matrix, metal particles and metal matrix. If the volume fraction of each metal is such and such, estimate the upper limit for the specific stiffness of this composite using the data. And the data is here in a little table, and it has two columns. One is specific gravity, and the other one is modulus of elasticity in GPa. Okay, that's question number 3, 25 points. Question number 4, and that's what the TAs had a concern because they did not do this type of problem with you at the help session, but at this specific help session that was last Friday. But you have a wire with a given diameter, and it needs to have the resistance no more than so many ohms. And you're given the electrical conductivity of the metal. So you need to calculate the maximum wire length. It's a similar problem that's in the slides we had in the lectures. And it's about electrical properties. So that is problem number 4, worth 25 points. Okay. Bonus problem number 5, worth 10 points. And here's the thing. Well, let me tell you what the problem is first. It is desired to produce a fiber composite with a given longitudinal strength. So you're given the number for the strength. The question is to calculate the volume fraction of the fibers if 1. The average fiber diameter and length are given to you. And they're given in millimeters, so please pay attention to the units. Make sure you do the conversion to the SI units when you make the calculation. Number 2, the fiber fracture strength is given to you in megapascals. And number 3, the fiber matrix bond strength is given to you in megapascals. And number 4, the matrix stress at fiber failure is, and you're given the number in megapascal. So the last problem is worth 10 points and it has 4 questions. Okay. And when I was telling you, I still have this original draft, which this was not the last question. The reason I put it last is because the amount of work you have to do for that compared to the rest is not worth 10 points, you know what I mean? So that's why it's a bonus problem. So you'll be earning the bonus by doing the problem. And of course there's partial credit, so. Any questions? Are we good? Okay. We'll, yes?
In the, on these syllabus, you see, when we get graded, it's three tests and quizzes on Pullman. What is quizzes? You didn't do any quizzes.
We did a couple, I think, and then I had attendance quizzes, and basically, in the past, I would give a quiz as my retention tool so that students show up. And this time, I did do that, but not to the extent I used to do that. But basically, it's 15% of your grade, kind of. So I'm very lax at the. What's the passing grade for this course? Do you know? A plus. No, but is it C minus? How do you know that? No. It's not in my syllabus. This course is a prereq for something else, and that depends on your major. Huh? That's what I'm saying. For industrial, that's a terminal course. You don't have anything else after this, do you? That's it. What about civil? I think it's C minor. I think it is C minor. But, you know, I want everybody to get an A. And the way the course is structured is grading on the absolute scale. Everybody has the same chance to get an A, you know. But then life happens. Bottom line is that I don't want to see you next semester in this course, because I'm teaching this course next semester. Now there are 2 sections again. So Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday, Thursday, there are 2 sections. Those sections could be taught by faculty from another department. You know, like you realize that Nora is from civil engineering department. He teaches statics. That's a prereq for like a whole bunch of stuff, right? So statics is prereq for mechanics of solids or mechanics of materials, depending if you're mechanical or civil. And then after that, mechanics of materials or solids is prereq for machine design. Then machine design is a prereq for capstone. Right? And then I can really see it. It's really like I can see that like 20 students are not showing up. You know what I mean? And I guess 20 students out of 85 is, I can live with that. But what if only 5 students show up for the class? I'll be embarrassed. And I'll have to do something about it. You know what I mean? Just like the help session. And those guys are there to help you. And it's a two-way street. Everything is. You know what I mean? Anyway, my advice to you is this. Don't abuse this, but realize that the office hours of the TAs are there for a reason. It is very rare, actually, to get 2 TAs. And the first time I taught mechanics of solids, I did not have a TA. Can you imagine 100 students? And I had to grade the homework. So, you know, it's okay to do that. But after a while, it's... and then when you say they're not helpful, maybe they're not helpful to you specifically in a help session, but when you come to them and speak with them one-on-one, like, we resolved all of the issues when you came to talk to me, right? And those that did come to me. And that's why they're office hours. Anyway, my advice to you moving forward in other classes is realize that they are office hours. And don't be pain in the ass. I had this kind of experience as well. A student showed up 15 minutes before the lecture, and this is the critical time when I actually need to get prepared. You know, showed up 15 minutes before the lecture in my office and was asking me questions, and I was answering. Then I realized that this person is not in the class, and I said, you come and ask me the question before the lecture, which is fine, but it's kind of like I need to get in the mood. And he said, the person said, I can't listen to anybody for more than 10 to 15 minutes. I said, okay, you know, you need to get, go to SAS and you'll get extra time and all that. And they're like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. I'm like, dude, I have to help you somehow, right? If you come to me and you tell me you cannot concentrate for more than 10 minutes, I have to do something about it. And that was before they passed this law. So if there's an issue, it's better to resolve the issue here and now, rather than, you know, have a other sort of issue that is going to be on the news. You know what I mean? Again, at the end of the day, this exam life and everything is a little bit artificial. Don't you feel like it? I mean, it is very real to you, I understand that. But at the end of the day, I had dreams about my exams for tens of years after I graduated. It permanently damaged my brain because I was so like 4.0 and this and that, and like this would be a failure, getting a B would be like my mother is going to kill me. And I can tell you that at the end of the day, you look back, it doesn't matter. So I don't know if that's motivational or encouraging you, but it's like not the end of the day. The same thing happened in graduate school. I was getting a C in mechanics, physics, and that was the end of the day. And then other people dropped the class. Do you realize it's an option to drop a class? I mean, it's not a good thing because you end up paying twice for the class, and you take it again. But it's not a big deal. You know, it's sometimes it's better to take a class second time than be dead. You know what I mean? Like everything is comparable to. Have you heard about Dale Carnegie? Anybody? Dale Carnegie wrote 2 books, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's the most popular. The other one he wrote and published is called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. So, I mean, those are classic texts, but anyway. Do you have any questions? Comments? Yes?
Are you going to make it into materials, or do you have to leave?
I'm in materials right now.
Mechanics and solids, my bad. You can make it to Moss.
That's my plans, and have a full lecture. I have this thing at 1, so hopefully by 2 it will be over, but if I don't, I have a TA backup. I don't have the TA backup for this, because I figured I'd just tell you what's on the exam. Look at this, full crowd. But my plan is yes, and it's much closer to my office, so now if I'm stuck on Zoom, you know, the TA is going to start, but we have an hour and 15 minutes, and today we're cutting it short. Any other comments or questions? Okay, guys, good luck. It's not a big deal. And with this and this, I know you're going to nail it. Right? But compared to the previous one, I told you how many problems? 7 problems? How many of you did them all? Yeah. How many of you did them all? Because I told you what was last time. It was more than what I told you today. So now it's called zooming in, which I'm going to do in 5 minutes. I'm going to zoom in. Thank you. See you on Thursday.
Really?